Coming up on Bible Bro Relationship Edition.
Some people might think differently because some people have been in an abusive relationship and they stay because the other person changes.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Bible Bro Relationship Edition. I am Khristian Dentley and this is my beautiful wife, Adrian Dentley. And we are coming to you live. Hey, I hope you guys had a great holiday, Thanksgiving holiday season. We did great. We had a great one. Categories is that game. Like, for real. Okay, so guess what? What, babe?
We have our first question in our askbiblebro@yahoo.com email.
Yes, again, that's askbiblebro@yahoo.com. Some people don't want to put their questions in the comments below, so we wanted to be sensitive to that and allow you to send an email. So askbiblebro@yahoo.com if you want to send your questions anonymously, and we will even do you the favor of not saying who your name is.
Who you are.
We will not say your name. Yes. Okay, here we go. First question.
Okay, the question is it ever okay to walk away from a marriage because of domestic abuse, either physical or verbal or both, especially when kids are involved? Or do you find other ways to handle and do what people refer to as fight for your marriage while putting up with the abuse?
Jesus. Okay, so man, two things. One for me, and I'll answer. You want to answer first? You go first. You get it.
This is actually a male subscriber, and the abuse is coming from the female.
Yeah. So there was a long story that was attached to it. So just so you guys know, male subscriber, he asked that question about that. So go ahead, babe.
That's what I just said.
I just want to repeat it out loud. For the people in the back. All right, go ahead.
So yes, I don't know. I've never been in an abusive relationship before, but I don't think it's okay to stay in a marriage if you're being abused at all. Some people might think differently because some people have been in an abusive relationship and they stay because the other person changes. But I don't know really.
I think the phrase that stuck out to me was when he said, fight for your marriage. I remember telling you when we first started dating or early in the dating stage that I was not going to fight you to love you.
Right. What does that mean?
Meaning, I can do, and what I went on to say was, I can do everything. I will do everything that I can do to love you properly. Right? I said to you, it's not my job to make you stay. It's my job to love you enough so that you never want to leave. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. Right. My job is to, as husbands, it is our job to demonstrate God's love to our spouses. The Bible says for us, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her. So the sacrifice of love is on the shoulders of the husband. That's what I believe. And because I'm not a wife, I don't have to worry about what y'all are supposed to do. I'm supposed to worry about what I'm supposed to do. And that is to sacrifice, to sacrifice and exemplify sacrificial love to you in a way that Christ would, like he does for his church. Mm-hmm. At the same time, everybody ain't gonna be saved. So all of the sacrificing that Jesus did, there are people that are watching this right now who have not even received the sacrifice that of his life and his death for them. I heard Fred Hammond say to me one time, he was like, you can die for certain people and that wouldn't be enough because they would say you didn't do it twice. Hmm. Like, dude, it's impossible. In other words, you can't please those people. Right. So my response to this question is, man, first of all, is it ever okay to get out of a marriage based on, domestic abuse, verbal abuse, or whatever? And honestly, I would have to say yes. Everybody can't handle those kinds of situations. Everybody can't handle. You don't know what a person's triggers are. They could have been in domestic situations before. They could have watched their mom or their dad be in domestic situations and somehow find themselves in a situation where the same thing has happened to them. The sins of the father show up in the seed of the children, and many times. So I think that the answer, the true answer, is based on your level of faith and commitment. To be honest, I would never tell a person that you were wrong for leaving. You should have stayed and fought harder for your marriage. She was busting your eye, but you should have stayed. I have a family member one time that got into a domestic violence situation. His wife, actually, they had already divorced. And from what I understand, they were talking about getting back together, which was great because we knew, hey, this is an uncle and auntie, and they got, our cousins and stuff. But there was some very, very serious infractions. And I remember one time they came back to the house, they were trying to go out on a date. They pulled back up to the house and she was wailing on him. And that kind of stuff, you can't tell me that he didn't make the right decision by getting up out of there. Because especially men, let me be straight up. You can only push a dude to a certain level. I think a lot of women, and we don't talk about this a whole lot, a lot of domestic violence is geared towards men to women, but women to men. I think that some women take for granted that this dude is not going to knock you out. That's just what I believe. So you keep saying, dudes, you gonna hit me? What you gonna do? You gonna hit me? You gonna hit me? And then when he does, call the police. I can't believe you don't know. And then you talking to your friends, don't know man. I don't care. He ain't no man. You don't ever hit no woman. Yeah, well, you was tagging him. You provoked him. You provoked him to wrath, and now you provoked that eye out of socket. So, I just feel like you have to know who you are. You have to seek help. I always advise people to get counsel.
Yep.
Get godly counsel, or just counsel, period. There's some things that are just principles. Don't put your hands on it. If she's putting her hands on you and she's threatening you, this is a toxic woman. Get the heck out of there.
Right.
For some people, you stay too long and then it's too late and can't nobody do nothing and help you because you've been in this situation for so long and you are married not to who she is. You're married to the idea of who she might become.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women, same thing. You're married to the idea this dude is a jack-leg joker, but you married to the idea of his potential, of what you see in your head that he's going to be. But he can't be monogamous. And he's now, it's all of this other kind of stuff. We got to take these things into consideration. Marriage is a big deal. So to answer that question, yes, I do believe in fighting for your marriage. I fought for my first marriage, but there comes a time when you're like, you know what? I can't fight for me and for you.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like she doesn't want to be in the marriage, especially from some parts of the email where you guys come back together for the child's sake, just to talk, and she can't even have a conversation without getting upset.
No,
and I would say
violent and stuff.
Right, and I would say as far as counseling, make sure it's unbiased.
That's true.
Because a lot of times we'll go to our pastors for counseling, which is not a bad thing, but they know us.
Well, not only do they know us, but sometimes pastors will gravitate to lean towards the person that has the most value to the ministry.
Ha! Oh my God.
Did I say that out loud in the microphone? She got a job, she's working and she's making, $26,000 a year, so her tithe is $2,600. But he, he pulling in 83, so his tithe, so why you say that to him? You need to honor your husband. Listen, it's all good. So
that's true. You need to honor your husband, but
yes,
still unbiased.
Unbiased. That's what her
professional counseling.
Yes. Yeah. So let me go straight to the flip side real quick on this the second point. God's grace is available for anybody who asks for it. God can give you grace to stay, and he can give you wisdom on how to win your wife's heart back. But understand that that's not his decision. God, he allows us to make our own choices. So you can say, I'm standing in faith, God gonna turn my wife's heart. That's actually that's not necessarily a good thing. I had somebody tell me after the closer to the end of my first marriage, like, you need to do like Hosea. He went and got his wife. Yeah, God told him to do that. And that was a type in the shadow of how God's relationship was with Israel. It would be different, in other words, if God said, I want you to stay in this marriage. If you heard him say that, then he will give you everything that you need to remain, because faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. But if you didn't hear God say, stay up in that mud, and she beating you, and listen, no. Or he's beating you, or they're violent, and you got to take out a John Brown restraining order listen, I can fight my fight, but I'm not going to fight you, because one of us going to end up in jail or dead. And then again, Stevie Wonder and Babyface will be writing another song.
Yeah. And then there's children or kids involved.
Oh man.
So that's the sad part.
No. Yeah. So listen, I think it all starts at the very beginning. We need to do a better job at choosing our spouses.
Yes.
People sometimes don't just get violent. Sometimes, of course, there's exceptions to the rule, but you need to, if we don't spend more time investigating who it is that we're with, then we can end up in these situations, and that's not a good thing. So be very, very careful. And it's sad now that there's a child involved, and that's the story of a lot of people watching this right now.
Yeah.
So, what you chose is what you chose, but you don't have to stay committed to a bad decision.
Right.
If this person is toxic for you and for your child and for your future, then it's okay for you to say, you know what, this is not good. I got to get out of here. And that doesn't mean forever. It might be, hey, maybe that person can get the healing that they need or whatever. But then listen, there are people out here that will love you for who you are with everything that you have, like you've never been loved before. And some of us are wasting time with people that ain't never going to get right.
That's true.
Stop wasting time on people that are never going to get right because you have this picture in your mind that, man, they can be great. If she just stopped punching me, she would be wonderful.
And if she didn't have the attitude that she has, she would be great. No, but she had the attitude while you were dating, and you probably even saw it, but you were so in love with her that you thought, man, she can get better. I can help her get better.
I can help her. No. I can help her. Listen, if God ain't help her by now, you don't stand a chance.
That's true. And a lot of times, I'm not sure. I think you all may have been younger when you got married or whatever, but a lot of times we don't know ourselves when we're younger, and it takes growing, and it takes certain situations and certain instances or certain things that we have to go through that literally grow us up into the person that we're supposed to be.
Yep. So that's us. Pray about it. Get some good godly counsel, but man, don't put yourself in a position where you're going to jail or you killing somebody or they're killing you.
Right. You don't deserve to be abused.
No, nobody deserves abuse.
No.
Nobody. So, man, we still 13 minutes in. I'm sorry. We sorry. So if you have any questions, again, it's Bible Bro Relationship Edition. This is what this is. I'm Khristian. This is Adrian. And you can
ask BibleBro.com.
Ask BibleBro at yahoo.com. Ask BibleBro at yahoo.com. We love you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching Bible Bro Relationship Edition. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know when we post new episodes.